How do I tell my strict Muslim family I don't consider myself Muslim anymore? I 23F feel like I'm living two completely different lives, and it's starting to eat me alive. I was raised in a very strict Muslim household. Religion wasn't just a belief system, it was everything. It dictated what I wore, who I talked to, what I ate, how I spent my free time, how I was supposed to think. Questions weren't really allowed. The expectation was obedience, modesty, and silence. You pray, you fast, you dress modestly, you stay away from boys, and you never embarrass the family. When I was 19, I stopped wearing the hijab. That was my first big act of rebellion. And even then, it wasn't about rebelling as much as it was about trying to breathe. I didn't feel connected to it anymore. It felt forced. I hated putting it on every morning while feeling like a complete imposter inside. Taking it off was one of the hardest things I've ever done. Not because I wasn't sure, but because I knew exactly how my family would react. And they did. My mom cried for days, saying I was disrespecting everything they'd raised me to be. My dad didn't speak to me for a week, and when he did, it was to ask when I planned on fixing myself. But I didn't fix anything. I just started hiding more. Now, a few years later, I'm still hiding, but so much more of me. I party. I drink occasionally. I wear short skirts, backless dresses, heels. I talk to guys. I've had relationships. I even smoke sometimes. These things might sound normal or even tame to a lot of people, but in my family, it's everything they fear and everything they don't know I do. Before I leave the house, I change my clothes in the car. I lie about where I'm going, who I'm with, what time I'll be home. My parents are constantly trying to monitor me. They want to know everything, and if they even suspect something, I get hit with guilt trips and emotional manipulation. They say things like, "You're our daughter, you represent us," or "We raised you better than this," or "Don't forget who you are and where you come from." But here's the thing. I'm not forgetting who I am. I'm finally figuring it out. And the truth is, I don't consider myself Muslim anymore. I still believe in God. I'm not an atheist, and I don't mock religion. I still respect parts of it. But I don't pray, I don't fast, and I don't live by Islamic values. And I don't want to pretend that I do just to keep my parents comfortable. I don't want to live my life in secret anymore. I don't want to constantly switch masks. Good Muslim daughter at home, free and expressive woman outside. I want to be one person. I want to live with integrity, even if that integrity doesn't match their version of it. But how do I say that out loud to them? How do I tell my parents that I'm not the person they think I am? That I don't identify with the religion they built their identity around? I know they'll be heartbroken, maybe even furious. They might cut me off. And part of me feels guilty for even considering it, like I'm betraying them after everything they've sacrificed. But the other part of me? She's screaming for freedom, to just live, to just be. I'm stuck. I feel like I'm either going to suffocate in silence or lose my family forever. Has anyone else been through this? How do I tell my Muslim parents I'm not Muslim anymore without destroying everything? Anyone have any advice?